Third-year of the National Football League brings us to Southern Nevada and Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. The kicker, Daniel Carlson, has this one teed up. And off we go from Vegas. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Now the first carry for King Henry. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Aguilar goes off in motion. 2nd down. Jackson. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet inbound.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second. What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
Wow, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Here now, 2nd down and goal. It's the quarterback with a sneak. And he will drive his way into the end zone. Gardner Minshew. Touchdown, Raiders. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Hardy now with the return. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
And that's a heck of a return right there. I mean, he's going to bounce his way towards the left sideline. Just a ton of space over there to run. And they finally get him out of bounds. But not until he nearly managed to turn the corner and almost take it all the way.
And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss. So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. Lamar going to work from the pistol. He'll get rid of it and complete it.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be taken down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
First and goal, and it's Henry. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
So we'll get a second and goal when we return. It's the Raiders with the early lead. And we're back in Vegas after this. The ball still at the 8-yard line for second down and goal. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's to the right side and incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Third and goal for Jackson. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Oh, and in that spot, Mike, that's just painful to see. If the throw's not there, you want him to just get rid of it. Throw it 50 rows into the stands. Give somebody a souvenir. But worst case scenario, you've got to get to fourth down and have a shot at 3 points. But instead, after that pick, you come away with 0.
A dive and a catch. Incredible. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense, and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
This one into the hands of Marshall. And he's taken down up past the 35.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. Second and 10. To the air once more is Minshew. Looking middle, and he's got Myers. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a third down and 4. They'll try and throw with Minshew. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. They'll run it with Henry. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
Field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. Jackson up top again. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to get the football at their own 23.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Minshew now to throw on foot under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
It is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Minshew. He's going to let one go, looking for Myers. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. Again, working deep downfield.
I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
No motion over Flowers. Jackson now to throw on first down. He's in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Here comes Amir Abdullah on the return. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. That's brought in by Myers. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Minshew. He's got the tight end, Mayer. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Minshew. He completes it to Marshall. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. So it took just 3 plays, but just like that, they have first and goal. Minshew going to look to throw again. Michael Mayer, the tight end, was targeted with that one. And it'll lead to a second and goal. Throwing again is Minshew. That one taken in. Alexander Madison. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
An unbalanced look to the left here on first down. On play action, here's Jackson. He's got his big target. That's Isaiah Likely. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. In motion comes Andrews. Off the play fake, Jackson. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens. So now this to get him back to even heading into the break. The kick is good. Exciting finish to the half. We are tied as both teams head to their respective locker rooms. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. The return team gonna... It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Minshew. That's taken in by the running back, Madison. And they will finally run him down.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Oh, a man wide open. It's Myers. And they'll move this ball into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons, he can spread the ball out and find the open space. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
To throw once more, here's Minshew. That's to the right side, and caught by Bowers.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders move out in front. The new score, 17-14.
Job number one on this drive. Find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
Back out is Carlson following the made field goal. And he sends this kickoff away. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. Has an opening, past the 40. A big run, they finally get to him and bring him down.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of yards. They'll come up on a second down and 8. They'll go again here with Henry. He'll get about 2. Marcus Epps up in the secondary to make the tackle. Here comes 3rd and 6. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
4th down, Jackson. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Isaiah Likely. Touchdown, Baltimore. Greg, what a great play called down there, using the size of the tight end. You've been there. That's a really difficult play to pull off.
And I can promise you, Mike, they spend a lot of time all week working on this very play. They go down in the red zone, and they talk through it. They walk through it. He understands he's got that big-bodied tight end. Use all of that space to the outside. Keep the ball away from the defender, and it's the trust knowing that your guy is going to keep those feet in bounds and come down with 6.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. He'll get this complete to his tight end Bowers. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
That's good for Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On the give, this is Madison. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the third quarter.
Ravens 21, Raiders 17.
Here's Minshew now on 1st and 10. Finding his tight end, Mayer. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
Las Vegas, first down. First and 10 at the 39.
Back is Minshew. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. That's caught. Left side, it's complete. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
To the air once more is Minshew. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
This one caught at the 4. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Now the Ravens use their first timeout to stop it here with 1:07 on the clock. Big, big play. 3rd and 2. They'll run with Madison. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Yes, he does. 1st and goal coming up. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. They'll go with the sneak. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. Here's first down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Now, on second and long. The shotgun, here's Jackson. Oh, my! Intercepted in the end zone. And that's a touchdown.